In the world of audiophile listening with external USB DACs, one of the most hotly debated topics is the potential influence of the USB cable on sound quality. Among the technical parameters often discussed, jitter is the most relevant. Jitter is a form of temporal variation in the transmission of digital packets that can theoretically alter the precise timing of the audio signal's reconstruction in the analog domain. Even though the USB data flow is digital and the connection to the DAC is asynchronous, the cable also carries 5 volts power. Even if the DAC doesn't use it, it can affect the ground, a ground signal that can inject noise into the DAC. The Audioquest Carbon cable, with its more robust shielding and geometries designed to separate data and power paths, can reduce noise transmitted via ground loops or through the V-bus and GND lines. This can lead to improvements in perceived background noise, instrument separation soundstage, microdynamics, subtleties in detail. Even if a DAC has internal reclocking, analog noise induced through the USB connection can still reach the analog section, especially if the PCB layout isn't perfectly isolated. The carbon cable features triple shielding and solid silver-plated conductors that reduce the emission and reception of radio signals. They also conduct high-frequency impulses better, which is useful for USB 2.0 signals. The fact that using the Audioquest Carbon results in a better definition across the entire sound spectrum is consistent with possible secondary effects. Less noise leads to a better acoustic black, fewer stereo interferences lead to a better image, and greater signal integrity leads to sharper transients. It's not about whether the bits are different or the bits are identical, but how these bits arrive and how much analog noise they carry along, and this can change measurably and audibly. And a very important and fundamental thing for understanding the differences between cables in general and the quality of the conductors and the copper used and the purification processes of the copper itself, which really makes the difference between cables and how much the manufacturing companies want to invest in the purification of copper. I consider this important for understanding the differences that cables of different brands generate. Beyond the different parameters of each cable, capacity, inductance, impedance, and geometry of the end itself,